Hey, how's it going, everybody? James with JB-Barbell here. Hope you're all having a great day. This is day number 7 of Squat Every Day. We have the overhead squat. I'm doing 6 sets, 3 reps at 185 pounds. This is honestly one of my favorite movements for a lot of reasons, although you will see me struggling here and there as I did not warm up properly. Warming up properly for a movement like this is very important. What it does, it allows you to get in the correct position to go ahead and complete the movement. Now, I like a narrow grip on the bar when I do my overhead squats. The reason being is it's more comfortable. The wider my grip, I feel like the more strain it puts on my wrists or other parts of my upper body, depending on what's weak. And when I have it directly overhead, I feel like there's nothing over my head and the weight channels all the way through me. A couple warm-ups that you could do for this movement would be pass-throughs. That's with a PVC pipe. You're going to go ahead and extend your arms out into the wide snatch grip where you see I have my arms wide right there on the bar. And you will then pass that through over and behind you a couple of times. You will work your arms inwards as you go ahead and stretch more and more. The other one is something similar, but I would grab a foam roller and I would I would place that behind my back, and I would have a bar which I would reach to and stretch out my back and arms, working my way in with my arms as I stretched that out more and more. Those are very good ones. So that's the T-spine stretch and pass-throughs. You can look that up on YouTube and find plenty of information on how to do both of those. Okay, so my steps start moving or flowing together a lot easier here. The weight is becoming more comfortable and I'm getting used to it. Now, on the third rep, not so much there, but you can see I wasn't sure, so I paused and then went ahead and felt good again, so went down. The overhead squat is something you wouldn't see in a commercial style gym too much, so I also have to be aware of my surroundings. For example, people walking around me, behind me. I don't want to hurt anybody while dropping the weight, and not being aware that someone was walking by from a height like that. So that's definitely a factor I had to think of, and was good in the sense where I didn't have the option to drop it, but also bad in the sense where I could potentially hurt somebody or just make a big scene and maybe slightly embarrass myself. The overhead squat is a great mobility exercise. A lot of us, sit behind desks all day long or sit in a position where we are kind of hunched over. This forces us to go ahead and stretch in a way that maybe you're not used to. This is also a great core strength workout. Maintaining that weight over your head, shoulders, is going to work out your shoulders too. You're fighting the whole time to keep it in position, so you're constantly engaged. Your core is what holds you together. It's what keeps you from collapsing when you have weight over you. And if you like any of the Olympic lifts, it's going to translate well over into those. For example, the snatch, clean and jerk, or just jerk in general rather. Going into my 6th and final set of 3 reps. There's no real reason why I did 6 sets other than more time underneath the bar. Now, a lot of people you'll see just do programming where it's 5x3, 5x5. You won't really ever see 6. So whether it's going to be beneficial or not, I will find out. But again, I like to challenge myself and spend more time practicing that movement by doing that extra set. If you've never tried the overhead squat, I highly recommend you do so. Make sure you are careful and make sure it's something you play with a little bit before you add any serious weight. Even if you are someone that has some natural overhead squat, that's something that I typically find people will still warm up very slowly to get into position. That brings us to our next set, which I've gone ahead and coupled the overhead squats with strict presses. These we are doing 5 sets, 5x3s. I'm doing 135 pounds. These are to build overhead strength and stability overhead. Careful you don't try and bench it by leaning back and pressing up. You want to go ahead, once you get that weight just above your head slightly, go ahead and push your head through, and that will drive the bar the rest of the way up. Also, it isn't safe to do it the other way. And with as any heavy lift, you're going to want to always remember to take a deep breath and stay as tight as possible. This will be the most efficient and effective way to also do the movement. Don't forget to move your face out the way when you're pressing up and when you come back down. But other than that, it's pretty much straightforward movement, just straight up and down. With just a few sets left here, that's going to go ahead and wrap everything up for me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know how you get on with these overhead squats and presses by commenting down below. If you did like, go ahead and subscribe and you'll be able to see the rest of the videos as they come out. So until next time, stay strong.